Guy doesn't shut up talking. Finished? Okay. Right, so this is the Phoenix Neighbourhood Centre, everybody. This is a youth club I used to come to when I was a wee guy, right? I grew up just across the road from here and I benefited from youth work when I was a wee guy, right? So I would come here, I would come to the Rave Cave, which was the discos with DJ Esdale. I would run about playing football with my pals. Boxer was still working here. Can we scan to Boxer quickly? Back to me. He was still working here, can you believe that? So this is where I hung about and this is where I first kind of got into understanding what youth work was and how it helped people. I also at one point was on the committee here as a young person when I had some responsibilities back in the day. And that's what kind of got me really enjoying youth provision, getting involved in community work, and just being a wee guy kicking about the schemes. And it was class being here. I got to do skiing, I got to do hill walking, I got to do loads of amazing stuff in here. So this is a cool place, right? I'll let him continue talking again, right? Let's go see what G15 is, but which is next. So, after being a janitor, I got applied for the job at G15 Youth Project. Here I am, 22 years later. I absolutely love G15 Youth Project. I have had loads of opportunities in my time here, getting to work with loads of amazing young people. Some of my highlights have been an obvious one, which is Kenya, where I went in 2015 on a community visit. And that was an opportunity to explore communities, comparing Drumchapel to a wee place called Matu, that's in Kenya, and just to see how the communities lived, how they helped each other, and how they just basically thrived, even though they were in sometimes in absolute poverty. So that was an amazing trip. Done loads of other stuff, such as skiing trips, we've been go-karting, we've been sailing trips, and we actually created a film this year with Ocean Youth Trust and GMAC that made a 10-minute documentary of what life is like on the boat. So that'll be available for you to see some point soon as well. So, aye, and this is where I met our lovely Abby Johnson, who's in the room. Hello, Abby. G15 Youth Project. Check us out on Facebook and TikTok if you want to see more about us. Peter, on you go, my man. Oops, sorry, meant to say, Peter, before you kick in, mate. So we're going to go to the community centre next. Again, something else I developed through the G15 Youth Project was a wee group called Dads Matter. And we're going to go a quick drive to the community centre to show you that space, and I'll talk a wee bit more about it. Peter, on you go. So this used to be where my office was based, right here, and now it's taken up by another group called G15 Thriving Places, who is occupied by the lovely Ted Scanlon, Michelle Donaldson, and Tracy McKenzie. So we're here because a wee group I started with another guy for 3D Families. It's called Dads Matter. I'll show you the poster later on, right? But it all started in here after attending a Father Network Scotland meeting. And Gregor, who worked for 3D Families at the time, and myself, got together and said, let's start a group for dads and their kids. And so we did. So we are now gonna go to the Good Year, where I took part in the Activate programme, which some of you guys in this classroom might know is what it's all about. So Peter, while we drive back down here, if you wouldn't mind telling the guys a wee bit about the work G15 Youth Project done in this space. Cheers, mate. So this is the Good Year Social Club. This is where I done the Activate course. And when I first came to the Activate course, I was not up for fully understanding or appreciating how complex community work can be. I'd been doing youth work for 19 years at that point, and I thought, I know everything about community work. So I came along basically and got humbled by the lecturer, Izzy, who was fantastic. And I quickly grew to love coming here every Tuesday with my peers and my colleagues to learn about community work, take part in activities, speak about power and all the kind of intersecting things that come with that. And it was in this room that we done that 12-week programme alongside again our wee pal Abby Johnston. So this is a good year. This is Activate course, and this is also a huge part of my learning journey, because if it wasn't for that 12-week programme, none of you guys in this room would get to know me, have the pleasure of meeting me, obviously. And so that's why I'm sitting down there in front of you now. Right, guys, we've come out the good year. Oof, we've done the Activate and I fell there. So we're going to do a wee side mission now to Men Matter Scotland, and that's where Dads Matter basically led to, as a evolution and the development of Men Matter Scotland into what it is today. So let's go. So here's the Dads Matter poster I was telling you about earlier on, right? I know it's back to front because it's on reverse, but that's a picture, and that started in 2018. And from there, as you can see, I've learned a wee journey all the way through, blah, 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 blah. 2025, we've got other big, massive partners helping us out. And Dads Matter kind of turned into Men Matter Scotland, and now we're a pure national charity doing amazing stuff. And I'm going to introduce you to Fraser, who's one of the boys that started Men Matter Ways back in the day, right? So I'm just going to introduce you to him. 2 secs. So there is Fraser Devine in the flesh. I'll show you my picture, right? This is all the boys from back in the day. Here's me, Peter Stilton. There's me looking all serious, look. So, fellow classmates, this is my friend Fraser Devine, who is the manager at Men Matter Scotland. Fraser, how you doing?
Not bad, Peter and I.
Cool. So Fraser, we're just doing this learning journey, right? And I want to ask you about Dads Matter. What kind of impact did Dads Matter have on you as a dad, a man?
Got me to meet positive role models and be a better dad.
Superb. And if it wasn't for Dads Matter, where do you think you'd be now?
Don't know. I'd be lost, I think, because then we wouldn't have created Men Matter for that. So I'm not sure if I would still be my partner.
Aye, fair dues. And just a last question, Fraser. See the approach we took working with the guys in the DAS in terms of kind of having a safe space, giving them space to talk and to see their Waynes play well Waynes. How important do you think that was in terms as an approach to work with men?
Aye, good. It was important for the Waynes, for my Waynes anyway, to mix with other Waynes and how to behave properly. And it's important for men as well to mix with other men and how they can talk openly and stuff.
Brilliant. And so I think I said lastly again, at Men Matter Scotland, it has grown massively over the last 6 years. How important, again, do you think it is for men to have a safe space to talk, to challenge their demons or their issues, or just to get a bit of support?
Very important, because I'm not doing a clinical setting. So having a place where the guys all the same, they talk more openly and they feel more safer. And, sorry, I've said lastly 3 times now, if Men Matter Scotland was run by trained medical teams or, what do you call them, just professionals, would they be successful as it is today? No, it would be failed like all the other systems that they've got. Okay, is there anything you want to say about the systems before we finish? Fuck the system. Yes. Cheers, mate. Right, guys, so I'm going to head up to Glasgow Uni now for my next part of my learning journey. And enjoy the time lapse because that'll be cool, probably long. And it gives this guy, Peter, a chance to talk for a bit longer because we all know he likes to talk, don't we? Yes, he does. See you soon, folks. Right, has he finished talking yet, man? Come on, Peter. So, guys, the Activate course. This course led me to this amazing place. If you just scan up there, camera person. That is the St Andrews building. Back to me, please. Obviously. So, this is where I began my kind of higher education journey.
in university, to be honest. And yeah, so first year, second year, third year now complete. Moving on to the honours year. Who would ever have thought Peter from Drumchapel would be doing his fourth year at University of Glasgow? But here we are, and it's been an absolute blast. What I'll do is I'll just hand you back here to him. He can talk for the rest of it. And thank you for joining me on this learning journey, guys. Also, going to somebody buy him a pint for finishing third year. Come on.